I like to preface this entire video on the fact that this is just a video on EX Flip and not on the entire character, although it's really close to a complete character guide. Also, I'm not a top player by any means. I have no results whatsoever, so any subjective opinion I might say should be taken with a grain of salt because I can't really back it up with my gameplay. However, my credentials are that I've been playing this character since the game's been released, and I've been trying to push him ever since. So if that's fair grounds to you, my opinion should have some sort of reliability to it. Anyway, people try to say this character is really hard. That's true to an extent. However, it really doesn't have to be that hard, or you don't have to make your life as hard as it could be with Trunks, because you could just simplify things with EX Flip. Understanding how his EX Flip works is fairly simple, and applying them doesn't have to be as difficult as people make it out to be. Okay, so EX Flip can be manipulated by holding any sort of cardinal direction, whether that may be up, down, back, or forward. The effects are all pretty straightforward. Forward brings you forward, back brings you back, and up sends you flying to the sky, and down brings you closer to the ground. There's some more nuanced ways of manipulating Flip, like tapping back stops all sort of horizontal momentum. Holding up right away brings you to the sky. However, if you hold up after holding a different cardinal direction, you will actually start hovering instead of getting sent flying. And trying to make use of all these functionalities might seem overwhelming, but they're actually more digestible once you contextualize the situation, so when you should use EX Flip and how to use them in certain scenarios. Before I get into how to do mix-ups with EX Flip, I do want to clarify that the lowest minimum Blockstun required for your assist is 18 frames. There's no assist in this version of the game right now that is 18 frames to prove that to you. However, I did have this Twitter post back in 2020. I did try to say that it's possible with Krillin, which is a 17 frame assist, Krillin rocks, but that was really corner only, and it's way too hard to actually be reliable. But if you were to watch this was back when base Jita A was 18 frames, and that counter hit pretty reliably. Counter hit 2H pretty reliably and still broke crosshair protection. Mixing mid-screen with a majority of the cast assist is actually really simple, and it's been proven to work ever since 2019 against Goichi of all people, actually. So if it works on Goichi, it should work on pretty much anybody in this game, or anyone that plays this game. All you have to do is just call your assist, do EX Flip, and just tap back at the right spot, and then you'll get your left right. Obviously, you tap back earlier to get same side, and then you tap back later to get cross up, and it's completely ambiguous enough to where no one can really like react to it. Of course, I'm trying to talk while I'm doing this. It's pretty hard, but it is very much possible, and very hard to block, and very simple to understand how to do it. Theoretically, EX Flip should be really hard to guard cancel, because you should be able to really do the mix from any normal. So if you keep changing which button you mix from, it'll become really hard for the opponent to guess when to guard cancel. However, if you were to have a bad habit of always EX Flipping in the same spot, or you can't really like confirm into a random button to start EX Flip mixing, there is a way to circumvent that, and it's to just delay your EX Flip, preferably after 5H, because 5H has a large cancel window. And what this does to beat guard cancel is that since you're delaying your flip, you're not actually committing to the move right away. So if they were to happen to guard cancel, and let's do it like kind of late. If they were like guard cancel this, you can react and 2H the guard cancel, and if you react to them not guard canceling, you can always just do your mix, and you will get this mix. Granted, it has to be like a middle of the road kind of Blockstun assist like Kefla, but if you just delay your EX flip, you still get your mix, and you'll become guard cancel safe. I'm not really proving this right now since I'm not steering right, not timing things correctly, but yeah, like that. As for corner mix, the corner actually allows for what I believe to be Trunks' easiest and strongest EX flip mix. You have to auto combo, and then once you EX flip, you hug the wall, hold back, and if you want to land on the other side, you just tap forward and then press JH. But if you want to stay same side, obviously you just keep holding back because you hug the wall. And this is very impossible to see. It's very, very invisible. No one's blocking this. I'm gonna be so honest with you. The only real caveat is that auto combo is guard cancel unsafe because you have to commit to EX up right away, and if they just react to the auto combo, they'll just pop guard cancel. But that's like a bar for your half bar, so the trade's in your favor anyway in terms of meter. And this is super easy to steer. The only hard part is timing your assist right. But this is a very big staple to Trunks' mix-up game. Okay, as for mixing with higher Blockstun assists, there's about like 2 ways you can go about it without accidentally triggering crosshair protection. You might have noticed it when I was trying to do the corner mix with FighterZ Goku. I just called the assist a bit earlier so I can run out the Blockstun a bit sooner. You could still like get too much Blockstun like I did there, but it's just a timing thing. You could also try to delay your flip. You just let the Blockstun do its thing, and then you just start the flip. I think whether or not one or the other is better is choosing whether or not you delay your flip or you call your assist early. I think it depends, because here I'm already guard cancel unsafe, so like I might as well just call it early and just commit to my EX flip. Here I could be guard cancel safer if I delay my EX flip, because like I said earlier, you give yourself time to react to H because you're not committing. If you're just mixing with a high Blockstun assist though, mid-screen, you don't actually have to commit to EX flip. You can use meterless mix. You saw me hit same side, and you can imagine cross up like that. And it's just like Jiren won't do that though, because his pushback isn't enough and you can't get same side. But yeah, just delay your flip or not. Just call your assist early, like something like that. Like you see the idea. You could also try and get tricky with it. Like you could try hover to like stall, but I started doing this initially with FighterZ Goku. I can't do it properly right now because I'm trying to talk while doing it, but I like go forward. I do like 6, 4, then 8, and then I choose what side I want with like 9 or 7. It's a bit hard though. It's a bit inconsistent, and sometimes you randomly get some sides that you don't want, and sometimes you just won't get it at all. This is a bit hard, but it is an option if you really want to like show out. Because I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be a Twitch clip if you hit this in bracket. If I can't hit this, okay, there we go, and then you can imagine same side. I just hold up back instead. Another alternative, if you're like playing like something like a Kid Blue assist, you can use TK flip. I don't really recommend using TK flip like assisted mix-ups because I find it kind of hard to really control consistently. Like I can't consciously choose same side here. But what I would suggest for controlling TK flip though is just you do TK flip and you just tap back. It has so much inherent like forward momentum, or like that you just don't need any other direction. So like something like that. My assist doesn't have enough Blockstun for that. Like something like that would be okay. But again, I don't really think using TK flip there would be a consistent, reliable option, but it is an option. After level 3 with Trunks, you actually get the opportunity to perform an EX flip mix-up for another half bar, and it will meaty, and it is also a true unreactable 50-50. That frame drop. People find that mix-up to be pretty hard. I personally think it's one of the easier mix-ups Trunks can do, and the steering's pretty straightforward. All you have to do is EX flip, hold down forward so you fall faster, and to stop at the side you want, all you have to do is press down back. Obviously down back earlier for same side and down back later for cross up. Cross up's a lot easier to get because of that. As you recover from level 3, you have to like do EX flip as soon as possible. I think the buffer window is like when he puts his hands down. I never really think about it because I do it all the time, but I think that's the earliest point where you can input his EX flip, and then you get your mix up. It's also pretty common for people that try to do this mix up to accidentally get L flip because they try to do like down back into JL and then like their fingers roll like that. I found that the way I try to circumvent this problem is that I think of like inputting JL as J1L. That way, if I input JL like that and I keep holding down back, I'll never actually give myself the opportunity to complete the 2-on-4 motion to give myself accidental L flip. So if you just watch my inputs, I actually input J1L, so I don't get L flip. I got 2H, but the fact of the matter is I didn't get L flip. Learning this is pretty important because this is a pretty big strength in Trunks' arsenal, and it's one of the strongest level 3 mix-ups that you can get in this game. Now, as for neutral, I think EX flip's true strength really shines in neutral and not in mix-ups. The EX flip mix-ups are all cool, but like anyone can get a 50-50. Like this super dash 50-50 is also a 50-50 and is way easier than whatever EX flip is trying to make you do. But neutral is actually where this move shines a lot. The first thing I want to say and cover is that you should probably stop thinking of EX flip as like a Lariat fuck you get in kind of move, like EX Lariat from Kefla. Like you should not use EX flip in the same way like as an EX Lariat, because I have heard, I think one of the first few things people think of when using EX flip in neutral is to like use it like a Lariat, and they do like they like try to flip in, cover their flip with an assist, and I really don't think that has much value. There's some other ways to use assists in neutral that'll get you more value, get you your turn and a mix up at the same time. This I struggle to see the value in approaching EX flip or approaching with EX flip like that. The way you should think about EX flip is that it is more a punish tool or call out tool from this range at least, rather than a skip neutral tool. Solo at least. I believe that EX flip also the uses of it changes, and the risk of it as well, depending on where you are on the screen. For the risk, I think the rule for the amount of risk that it has is that the farther you are, the more risky it becomes, and the closer you are, the safer it is. That's purely because of super dash. If I were to record the bot to do it, if I were to like EX flip from afar, I can always call this out with super dash pretty easily, and it will always hit like pretty reliably. Granted, you do it early enough, not late, but it's a pretty easy call out. If they're back to the corner, they're gonna EX flip you. You're gonna super dash them, and then you're gonna beat them. But when they're closer, the story's a bit different. Kind of like how a like a character with an air lariat, like Super Saiyan Goku with Tatsu, if you were to spend double jump and the opponent's right under you, chances are you're probably gonna eat a button as you land, or like a 2H. So like, oh, they're about to jump, land, like key blast from here, and like, and button. They jump, you kind of get 2H. Let's just call it whatever. Like, you get the point. Trunks, the story's a bit different because EX Flip actually can beat Super Dash, and characters with this air lariat, it's a bit easy to tell where they're gonna be and when they're gonna land, just because there's a set animation. Like you know when it's over and when they're gonna land and when they're gonna recover. EX Flip, it isn't guaranteed at all, and he actually has answers to Super Dash when he does it from this range. Because Wawa did this. So Wawa ended up doing this. He would like spend his double jump, not like that. He would like spend his double jump up close, EX Flip with JL so he recovers quicker, and then once he lands, he can like react to Super Dash with 2H. And this is different because like full screen EX Flip is kind of always losing to an EX Flip fallout, but close range, he has a chance to fight back. And since he has a chance to fight back, you're not always inclined to Super Dash this guy, and that opens up opportunities for him to like, oh, I'm gonna spend my double jump, I don't want to land on top of you, I could steal my turn back with JH, I could threaten a 2H by just going full screen, whiffing JL to recover and then 2Hing. I could bait the 2H from you and then like punish you with a 2M, so on and so forth. It's kind of sandboxy at that point, but like you get the idea. You have options, and you're not just subject to losing to Super Dash if they call it out. Like you can still do the move and beat Super Dash. Okay, I'm a broken record with saying that this is a full screen punish tool, but I want to just point out when to use it as a punish tool, because I feel like that would be a little bit helpful. The easy one is if you're like full screen and you're about to land, and they want to like use Key Blast to catch you landing. This is a pretty easy one. You just flip and then JH. The next one is a bit more not intuitive. I think EX flipping between Key Blast into beam, or at least any sort of like beam like projectile. This punishes. I'm just not doing it right. I need to press JH a bit earlier, but this does punish, and it's a bit easier on other specials as well. It's just 18's has really low recovery. Yeah, like that. She's at the guard also, she's at the block after the thing's over, but at the very least, that's not getting 2H'd as easily as what other characters would do if they try to replicate something similar. She'll never get punished by that. And you're subject to 2H, or I don't know if you're subject to 2H off of that, but you get the idea. You're faster and you have a better chance of hitting her. The obvious bait to that would be to just do one Key Blast after a little volley and then you 2H, but it's not even guaranteed that some characters get that, because some characters have less advantage after Key Blast, and then you get to counter hit their 2H just like that. This is the same recording where 18 2H'd, and I'm pretty sure it has to do with the recovery, because if you see Teen Gohan's only +8 from full screen here, but 18's +11, so she recovers faster. I'm pretty sure that's what it has to do with it. I'm not entirely sure. I'm also not sure which characters get away with the one Key Blast and a 2H thing, but fact of the matter is, there are some characters where you get to EX flip in regardless of if they're trying to bait you with one Key Blast or not. You're forcing them to do like a volley of Key Blast and hard baiting EX flip into 2H. Some characters at least, not 18. Okay, this is like of a similar topic, I suppose, or application from like what I just talked about. but we all know this neutral structure from like when UI 21 was like popping. Like you can't jump in the air, you can't stay on the ground because you're gonna block a beam, and then you're gonna be like minus whatever, like 30, 20 something. This is inescapable, but Trunks on the other hand doesn't really have to care about it because he can EX flip up into the air, and you actually don't. You're much more advantageous than just having to block it. You can bullshit like right afterwards. I think it's better if you just don't commit to anything at all. You just reset to neutral because she's still like plus, like she can still do something. Like if you try to like do a second EX up there, you're probably gonna get 2H. Just with the threat of super dash, but you're not actually getting hit from it. You just like you go up and you fast fall down, and then you just block it. Whether or not you think that's bad, I guess that's up to you. But in retrospect, you're eating super dash RPS, like solo blocked super dash RPS, or you're forcing them to use the other assists rather than just blocking this, and then they auto win neutral from this. So I think that's worth mentioning, that he can just escape a neutral structure or put himself in a less disadvantageous situation. Now, using assists with EX flip, I think is really good, at least in neutral if you do it right, because you essentially get the job of 2 assists down to 1. And what I mean by that is that you win neutral and you get a mix up on top of that from neutral. So like an example with beam assists or like beam legs is that you would use Ki Blast plus assists, and then after that you would just EX flip, and then you get a 50-50 from this. You already won neutral with the Ki Blast plus the assist, and then you just you left right from full screen, like there, like a cross up, and you can imagine like same side, like that's 50-50 from neutral. And this is pretty much it. To steer it, all I do is I hold forward longer than you probably think. I hold forward, and then I hold up forward, and then to stop the side I want, I just tap back. If you just pay attention to my inputs aren't like the cleanest, but like if I were to like numpad notate it, it's like 6, 9, 4 after 2 for H. Some other details I want to point out: you probably use JL here if you really want to like beat 2H, because using JH you're really risking it, since it's like 4 frames slower than JL, and you probably won't even get it out if you're pretty low anyway. I think it's also worth mentioning that since this is a Ki Blast, it actually doesn't matter at all if you jail it or not. Like getting this to jail doesn't matter because you're getting reflected either way. And then the obvious answer after that is like 2H, but like, you know. So what really matters about your assist call timing isn't actually to have it jail. You just want it to beat like jump. You want to beat like frame 4 options. Like you want to just catch their jump, and then you'll maximize the amount of frame advantage you have while you'll maximize the amount of frame advantage you have, so you won't get like reflect 2H'd. But if you delay it too much, of course, you're just gonna jump out of it. But if you time it so where you beat at least jump or other frame 4 options that matter, like I don't think UI pressing sparkles after 5S really like means anything to you, because he'll probably just get hit by the assist. Or like EX perfect attack, if he's full screen, he's just gonna whiff, to be honest. Like it doesn't really matter. Like those frame 4s, vanish might matter, but that's like a really hard guess and it's really committal. So just focus on getting jump and making them at least air block it. Not even like, you don't even gotta worry about like frame trapping it like that. Just get their jump, and then that maximizes your advantage on reflect and makes it harder for them to 2H you, and then you just get a left right from neutral. And this is good because again, that's the job of 2 assists in 1, where like a normal character would have to spend assists to get in, and then they're in, and then they use another assist to mix up. That's both assists, just to win neutral and then mix it up. Trunks, he does it in one, and if you do it right, you're not getting 2H at all. And that's really strong in my opinion. It's probably the best application of his EX flip. Another application of a neutral skip with assists that are a bit more fast-paced and like close range, like a Lariat type of assist, like Goku B, would be to just use super dash assists, because you just get the EX flip right afterwards, and this is 50-50. Of course, time your assist right. You don't need 40 frames of Blockstun for this. I'm only doing this because SJ Goku's on my team and I'm used to doing this. Since SJ Goku has a lot of Blockstun, I actually delay my EX flip. Like I don't immediately go for EX flip. This also helps with confirming it. This way, if I get the hit, I just won't commit. And then if he gets if I get the block, I'll just go and use EX flip and then mix up. And then the steering is kind of similar. I just hold forward and then hover. I don't really do anything more than that. It's like 6-9, and then like I stop at 7 because I want to maximize the amount of time to stall before they exit Blockstun. I'm not really doing it right, but like you see the idea essentially. Yeah, it's like that. Like that's left right, and then same side, whatever. I just have to steer better, but like you see the idea. Like you do super dash assist, and like most other characters, unless you're like Jiren with like the really big 2M, you're not getting a 50-50 from this, because like all you're getting is like what, air dash JM, or like air dash into low, which I hate to break it to a lot of you, that's not a 50-50. That's fuzzy guard. But Trunks gets a true 50-50. Wow, that doesn't even reach. I even know that. But yeah, he gets true 50-50, and it's even more relevant because I don't have to worry about having my double jump at the ready, because you might spend a double jump here and then like you do super dash assist and all you get is like your turn, like you get run up 2L or something. Trunks, I could do this, and then all of a sudden, wow, you're getting mix. I think that's really strong as well. Some other applications of EX Flip that I think are pretty niche and nice are, it's actually a really good clash option, because C21 here, I just flip over the button, and like she's in recovery. This is not punish, but like if you really think about it, like a 6M is like a free 50-50 opportunity for you, because they're not recovering in time to 2H this. They have to hard call out this EX flip, and if they try to do a clash, like a normal clash sequence, like you're getting a 50-50. I'm just not getting same side. Okay. Whatever. Like you get the idea. Like I can 50-50 you from like literally clash. There are some normals that beat it though. Like if I were to do like 17. Oh, not 5M. This recording. This one, it's because it's too fast. I think any 7-framer or faster, regardless of the hitbox, would probably hit me. But Jiren is 8 frames. I think I jump over base or blue Vegeta's 5LL, which is also 8 frames, but Jiren's hits so high that it hits me anyway. So like either it's 7 frames or faster, or like a high hitting button, I'm probably gonna get hit out of my EX flip. You can also hard call it out with something like super dash, like that, and then you just get super dash punished. There's some other nuanced things, like if you're like clashing with like Yaoja, you can do like EX scale claws or like high reaching special move. Like you get the idea. Anything that reaches high or tracks you. Maybe self perfect attack might actually do it too. You'll never clash with him though, actually, but you get the idea. Yeah, it's really good in clash. If you really think about it, if you have like solar pressure and you want to like keep your pressure going and you want to do 50-50, you just force a clash situation, and against the right characters you actually kind of get a solo 50-50 setup if they don't know how to deal with it. So yeah, I think it's a really strong option to consider. Using EX Flip as a way to exit your pressure is also really good, because this is like a guaranteed neutral reset from your pressure. Because like, say you like use both your assists, it's like, oh, I didn't get the hit both times, let me just go back to neutral. And this is better than just like using, or like any other characters trying to reset to neutral with like backdash, because like this is like kind of a gamble, because you have to like space yourself out, you have to like put effort into spacing yourself out, and then you gotta like backdash and what have you. This is pretty much just guaranteed. You're just kind of like, oh, my pressure's over, I don't want to gamble in like medium slash or whatever, I'll just EX flip out and I'm back to neutral. It's also plus on block, which means it being plus doesn't mean anything directly, but things like super dash aren't really an option, because if you just hold back or down back, it's pretty reactable from this range. You can just launch them and they die. The opponent's best option is to like use some sort of like Lariat they have, if they have it, because it'll catch me before I land, something like that. But even this isn't like guaranteed. You see what I'm trying to like do though, like I'm trying to like JH on the way down. I'm not that one JH, he's not blocking back. He might get 50-50 for trying to take his turn back. But like you get the point. Like it's like a better neutral escape than like a normal character trying to gamble, or not gamble, trying to like set up like a good distance so they can backdash a bit safer, or like just ending their pressure on a -5, and this is a guaranteed pressure for the opponent to just wail on them. Like this is just really strong. You can like use medium flip instead for like similar things, but EX flip is like a little bit better when it comes to dealing with the other opponent's responses. This next application is kind of straightforward. You can obviously use it as a DR crush because it has an EX ring. This is kind of nice in tandem with his other DR crush, EX slash, because you can't OS all three. Like you can't OS DR and OS slash and the flip all at once, because in order to OS the EX Shining Slash, which is probably going to be your layer 1, you actually have to 1S4S, which not a lot of people do in the first place. Like no one does 1S4S to OS tech like at all. Some people don't even see it as practical, but that's the only way to really beat this. You can't 2H this, but once they start reflecting, you can just EX flip, and then your reflex is gonna get baited, and then you get medium started. Even if they like try to 2H it, like the way to beat this is probably to like, they probably expect you to do this with EX flip, and then they're gonna 2H you for trying to DR crush them that way and trying to OS tech. But like you just fall back, and then you know like you get a medium starter. They won't 2H as fast, but like they die from this. I'm not gonna do the full combo, I'm not gonna do all that. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Solid DR crush. You can't OS tech and cover both options. It's kind of like base Vegeta, where you can 2H the knee drop, but you can't 2H the rocket kick. So like it's similar in that sense, where you can't cover both of these. Like it's really obnoxious. I've never had to actually use this on anybody, because no one makes it past this, to be honest. But this is really good as well. So that should be pretty much everything I wanted to say on EX Flip. I might have missed some minute details in between, but I'm pretty sure I got the big details that I wanted to say, at least. This was supposed to be scripted. Not everything followed a script. At some point in the middle, you might have noticed I just stopped caring and I just went off the top of my head. But I still think I managed to say as much as I needed to at least get people started. Anything in between, any holes I might have left in between should be filled in kind of easily if you're smart enough. But yeah, not a top player. Please take all of my words with a grain of salt. And I hope you become a good Trunks player. Or at least a good flipper. Get that license, man.